Hello, my name is Francesco Cuzzola. I would like to speak about the business performance management based on control systems. What is performance? Performance contains two aspects: effectiveness, the capability to meet the expectation, and efficiency, that refers to the capability to save resources when delivering the result. And both of them can be measured by means of a KPI having a qualitative and/or a quantitative nature. The performance measurement control system is a process consisting in goals, developing the performance measuring, analyzing the data, and interpreting them so as to find out the next control action. This is an adaptive control loop, obviously, with a development life cycle, because also we are not always assured that the right measurements are obtained or they are used in the best way. This is similar to the control loop of a PDCA, that is a methodology used in Lean so as to implement continuous improvement. In this case, the process is a company where we collect data and we take actions so as to improve the quality or the efficiency of the process. Obviously, being a control loop here, there is a dynamics. So even if we make the right decisions, a type of control loop might be unstable. If it is unstable, then the performance of the continuous improvement obviously is not desirable. Maybe this is the result of a lack of robustness versus the knowledge of how the process is really working. Uh, Organization control in a company in general has two different aspects, two control variables. From one side, the technical control that is rational, so basically it's the sequence of policies, a procedure, and a structured decision way. On the other side, there is a social control that is related to the behavioral aspect of the organization, and in particular about how the information is shared inside the company for performing decision making. And these two control variables can be mixed together in order to realize a different organization style, in particular bureaucratic control, where a technical control is dominant with respect to social control, or a charismatic control, where social control is dominant with respect to technical control. In this last case, then the main driver of performance appears the empathy between the team members, whereas in the bureaucratic control, then we have a serial management that is highly incentivized to achieve a short-term result. And we can actually modulate dynamically the control style inside the company, for instance, according to the market conditions or according to the maturity of the product. Technical control can be implemented in a company by means of a software called sales and operation planning. This aims at having several actors, not only the managing director, collaborating together in order to implement the decision-making process. That must be consistent because all these actors must work together and share the information in order to arrive to the consistent decision. Obviously, inconsistency correspond to an high and, in particular, hidden cost. And this is a moving horizon control technology because behind that there is a model of the company that allows us to predict what will be the performance of the company. Three different moments are presented in front of the SOP. First of all, the analysis of data, definition of logistic, financial constraint, then the prediction of the possible KPI in the future when decisions are taken, and then a possibility to iterate between several scenarios in order to find out the best possible solution, so the consensus plan. And the consensus plan implies the involvement of all the actors that share exactly all the information. Behind there is a control loop in particular, so we have the model that allows to predict the future of the company. For instance, this is used for modeling the supply chain in a manufacturing company, but there is a possibility to add constraints like financial constraints or operative constraints, and close the loop with respect to business intelligence or machine learning. Typically, the control cycle of this control loop is 1 month, whereas the control horizon is 12, 24 months. In a company, Obviously, there are also competing goals. Flexibility and standardization are both of them desirable goals, but they are actually contrasting between each other. And this is the reason why we need a software that allows us also to explore different scenarios. And only when the prediction corresponds to the mission, then the business plan is released. On the other hand, there are the social aspects. A manager might manage a team having a mental model how the team is working. This is actually very difficult because in a social environment, then we have a strongly non-linear dynamic system. In the end, the dynamics of the single part, let's say the dynamics of the single person, does not justify the dynamic of the whole system, the dynamic of the team. This concept is called social emergency. And this is also the reason why we are discussing the possibility to transform the conventional formal hierarchical organization of a company in something else, maybe a network. And this is called New Management Paradigm Management 2.0. For instance, a possibility is to introduce OKR cycle, objective and key result cycles. This means that we start from the data that are available about the performance of a team in particular in various directions. Then we can have a retrospective, we can have a revision of the situation, and then plan again something different. The final purpose is to share exactly the measurement of the performance with the collectivity or also with an individual. Share the development plan of the company, mapping the technical competencies and learning needs for each individual. In a nutshell, OKR is useful for self-activating the single elements inside the team. And this is a real example. This is a company, it's an healthcare company employing more than 200 people. Here we have optimal scheduling needs of resources like visiting and operating rooms. Therefore, there is an SOP that allows to getting such type of optimal scheduling, but also this is integrated with an OKR loop, and the BI allows us to get information about the team profiles, collaboration, collaborators, and the data modeling is used iteratively. The key point is that we want to get real sustainability of the business, including the sustainability for people, for the wellness of the people inside the team, but also in front of the customer. And in the healthcare industry, obviously, the relationship with the customer has a particular importance. So thank you for the attention. We presented the performance measurement and control system that might be implemented as an integration solution between SOP technology with social control like OKR. And this is a real sustainability of the business, where social control has a non-negligible impact with respect to technical control. Again, thank you for attention.